Hello again, this is Ed French, and this is lesson number 14. It's just a simple introduction to watercolor techniques. And I'm keeping it really simple, just two colors. I think I did put in a third on one demo. Rather than get into colors and subject matter and so forth, this is to help you how to apply watercolor to a board. They're just some of the basics. Many other things can be done, I'm sure. And there's some wonderful watercolor paintings done. One of the things, it's called overworking. Try to do everything in one or two strokes. And that takes experience. Watercolor is very simple and easy, and at the same time, it's extremely difficult because it has to be done, if it's well done, it has to be done rather immediately. That takes experience. I've heard it said you don't get good at watercolors till you've done 500 of them, and that wouldn't have to be 500 major paintings. But anyway, it is a challenging, fun medium. Best wishes to you. Adios. This is called wheedling. Used for very fine detail. That's what I call it, wheedling. This is a wash. Just using two colors so the color doesn't confuse us. I'm using Payne's Gray and Rose Madder in Winsor Newton watercolors. That would be called a back run. Here's another kind of a back run. Take a little color out of there. And there, that would be called wet in wet. And while I'm at it, this would be using gravity to move the paint, change its shape, put it in different places. After it dries, it will be slightly lighter usually. Here's a pre-spray, we'll call it. This would be called printing. Back runs, so forth. It was back when I started art in school. Anything but a wash, it seemed to be a sin. some really neat things can be done here. Not in a sinful way. That is, again, pre-spray, I'll call it. There's a simple wash. Put a little more color in there. And here we'll do some after spray. These will give you a different look. After it's dry, we'll try something else here. Okay, this is dry over here. It's still wet there. I can see that. I don't know if you can. But we'll call this a lift out. And here's another watercolor technique. This is a lift out. And depending on the board, this works differently. Allow a little time there for the water to dissolve the paint. We'll do another kind of maybe I ought to try a different color here. Just so it shows differently. This would be wet over dry, and I got maybe too much color in there. And you only want to make one stroke. We'll try some little, there you go. In painting, you don't want to go back in watercolor and work it. You want to do it all with one stroke as much as possible. That's the way it stays fresh looking. And so this would be wet over dry, and some of the color underneath will show. Let's see, do a little of that with a contrasting color. There we go. This is called a fan brush, and they do fantastic things, like magic. Okay, there's a demo.